Okay, so it's day one of the hall stairs landing part of the renovation, and last night I managed to go out to the local DIY store, pick up a few materials to get me through the weekend. Joe's gone away for the weekend, and that means I'm going to be able to kind of disrupt the house a bit whilst doing this and not have to worry about the kids running around. I was tipping it down last night, so I couldn't get any big 8x4 sheets of plasterboard because I'd need to put them on the roof. So got some of these smaller sheets. That's probably going to be enough to do what I need to do over the weekend. I just need to board underneath the stairs. A little bit of stud work, just some 3x2s where I need to bring it away from the wall under the stairs as well. Just a bit of bonding, plaster, for patching up before the skim. But really the main focus of the whole weekend is just going to be stripping it back to the kind of bare bones, take off all the old architraves, the trim, and strip all the wallpaper. Okay, so day one of the hall stairs landing project. I say day one, it's Friday afternoon now, so I'm gonna get a few hours done today, and then I've got 2 full days to crack on and get a lot of it done. So first of all, I'm just gonna clear out the landing. It's just, we tend to collect a load of junk here because anything that needs to go up to the top floor, which we're using as a loft, kind of gets left here until it's taken up. And radiators haven't been fitted and all sorts, but we'll get the place cleared out. Going to be a good idea to shut all these doors, because whatever dust and whatever's lying under this carpet's been here a long time. Better not shut you in. Right, off you go. So I'm actually really intrigued to see what's under here. So there's already telltale signs that there used to be a painted floor with some sort of runner. So like I said, we've got this unpainted section, which may well have been a runner, carpet runner I would have thought. It went along and then down the stairs. Actually I can see the top step here, that moulding. Got a nice kind of bull nose and some sort of scotia bit under there. So hopefully they're like that all the way down. And this is what I was talking about underneath this carpet gripper. I think there is evidence of the old spindles, so I'll go grab a pry bar and we'll take that off. You can see that the old spindle mortises are still there, which is quite interesting. It kind of means that there was a bit of a lip on the other side originally. Interesting. Right, we're not doing the stairs today, so I've got to stop getting distracted. I'm probably going to take away the rest of this gripper just because otherwise I'm bound to stand on it. Hey boy, mind that, spiky. This tool is one of the most common questions we get asked on the channel about what it is. So we used it in the floor restoration project that when we first started the channel. I'm going to put a link in the description to where you can get them. It's made of roughneck and it's just called a lifting bar. It's a double prong thing like this, and it just it's got a great pivot on it, and the amount you can lift with it is incredible. So when you're prying anything off, whether it's brickwork or lintels or lifting a door up or anything, it's a great tool to have, and I tend to use it for a lot of things, even like pulling this skirting off now. Once you know where a stud is, which I imagine it's probably about there, that's a good guess. Once you've found the stud, you know, you can just pry it straight off. And I can see the next one is there. But next job is to get this radiator off. And this is not a tutorial. Every time I take a radiator off it goes horribly wrong, so I'll bring you along for the ride anyway. So I replaced the TRV on the other end with one of those capping pieces, just to seal that off. That means plaster and stuff won't get into this when we're decorating. So whilst that radiator is draining, I'm going to try and multitask a bit and get some of these sockets off. These are all the old stuff before the rewire. The live ones come up over there, so we'll leave those well alone obviously, but all of the dead stuff can come out, and rather than just ripping it out, I'm going to try and take these old sockets off so I can reuse skirting boards on the top floor, swap over time. Carry on letting that trickle out. From what I've read about Victorian and Edwardian houses, where you tend to find where visitors didn't see, they used lesser trim and lesser materials, and that might explain why these skirting boards are original, but not so decorative as downstairs. And then a good idea is, once you've lifted it off, flip it upside down. We found that especially when we're taking out the really old radiators in the house. When we put these new ones in, the black sludge in the bottom was horrendous, so we had to flip them upside down, and then we actually taped over the holes. Otherwise you're driving to the tip, and you know, you go around a corner and all the black sludge would come out. Actually there's a bit of black in there. It's not sludge, it's just a bit darker. Just flip them over to make sure nothing leaks out, and put them somewhere safe. I'll show you what all that fuss was about. So obviously there was no kind of wall plugs or anything like that back then. So you have these blocks of timber which are mortared into the wall, and then the skirting boards are nailed into those. And they're actually quite long, and they go about 4 inches into the wall. So of course here I couldn't pull up because of the pipes, couldn't pull it out with them on. So I've had to chip away and knock off those blocks, and that should allow us to pull the board out without too many problems with just the nails on. There we go. So here's the remains of that block of wood, but you know, it just shows you how strong it can be the old techniques. You know, it's recessed right into there. You just wouldn't dream of using softwood in a solid wall like that nowadays, but it shows you that when the wall's breathable, actually that the timber survives absolutely fine. It's bone dry. Right, first few bits of skirting off then. That gives us a good start. Lots of tidying up to do. Lots of dusty lime plaster. The nice thing is our new skirting is going to be quite a bit higher than that, so we can just kind of block it out with a bit of plasterboard offcuts. And we'll plaster down to where the wall finishes now. So I'm in the zone now. Got all the skirting board off. So I'm going to make a start getting these architraves off without one, damaging too much of the paintwork on the door lining, and two, I don't really want to bring away loads of plaster. So I'm just going to run a knife down the paint. There's a lot of gloss paint on these. Looking at it here, I can see the nails that are still in this architrave are lining up with the holes that have been left, but there are other holes, and I'd say that's a clear indicator that there used to be, you know, a different type of architrave on here. I'll just use a board to protect the plaster a bit. So that's all the architraves off, and now we're on to more sockets and switches. So the top floor, one of the next jobs I guess of the evening, or tomorrow morning, will be to take a stair lift out. And I've got a horrible feeling it's going to take, you know, a long time. But there used to be a stair lift on this first set of stairs as well. That's why we've got some of the old wiring still here. This is from the old shower, but again, it's one of those things where if we take it off carefully, we're not going to end up with a whopping great hole in the wall. Right, I have to patch that. A couple more sockets to take off. So this has completely stumped me. I've spent 2 hours on this stair lift now. I've removed the chain, I've tried to manually wind it down, the motor's stopped working so it won't come down automatically, and so I'm now just taking apart bit by bit until I can get the flipping thing off. Start just ripping the thing out. There's a manual brake on it somewhere, but I just can't quite work out. Not quite working out how. It's time to get ruthless. Right, start chopping wires. Wow, this seems pretty heavy. I'm guessing that's why the brake's so good. I've made a makeshift handle using a screwdriver and a wrench, and I'm trying to wind through the other 3 or 4 meters of chain, and it's just taken, it's about 20 minutes of me doing this now. Now how I'm going to get this out of the house. It'd be easier to go out the window, but the window's sealed shut. Actually, worst comes to worst, I could lift it up and leave it on the top floor until I've got some more time. Right, I have no idea how heavy this is, but I think this is about to go horribly wrong. I'll have to worry about that a different day.